Suppose you told someone, I have sent you an email. What do you think they might respond to you as? They might say, what is the email for? Isn't that the most important question to be answered in an email? The word of an email. And that is what we are going to talk about today. Are you ready to learn? Let's get started. Welcome to Grow with Girija, where we learn about public speaking, communication, and life. Today's topic is word of an email. Trust me, if you don't have clarity around what of your email, don't bother sending it. What is the second W of an email? The other three being why, who, and by when. And what is the core message of your email? And it can be of different types. It could be informational, instructional, for reference, or to take some action. But what is important that it has clarity and details. Yes, all of these. And did you know that word of an email is not just in the body of the email but also in the subject? Let's start by talking about the subject. The subject is easy, right? Or is it? We all have received those emails where the subject of an email is blank. But leaving those extreme scenarios aside, what would you write in the subject of your email? Because people read the subject before they read the email. So that is important. In my opinion, the subject is like a trailer of a movie. It gives you a pretty good glimpse of what to come. And that is what your subject should take care of. It should give you a good idea of what this email is about and also at the same time be concise. Let us take an example. In my previous video talking about the why of an email, I talked about a scenario where you need to send an email to your team about completing a security training. So what would be the subject of that email? This is what I would write. Action required, security training assignment. Again, this is one of the many ways in which the subject could be written. But this one gives a good understanding of what this email is about. Coming to the body of the email, where most of your word of the email is included. What would you write in this example where you have to send an email to your team about security training completion? Remember, you want them to take action, but for that, you need to give them first some details. And this word will come only after you have described the why of the email, which we talked about in the previous video. This is how you could write the email. You have been assigned a security training. This training consists both of video-based and interactive learning. The topics are about IT security, data security, and privacy. The duration of the training is 30 minutes and you need to take a quiz of 10 questions at the end of the training. Below is the link of the training, and in case of any questions or issues, contact so and so. What did we do here? We first summarized it, then provided details, described the training, provided the link, and also provided support contact information. But that was because this was about a training where action was required. So how much information to include in other types of emails? It's a pretty good question. And the answer is very simple. Think from the perspective of your recipient of the email. Get into their shoes. What questions do you think they might get when they read this email for the very first time? Could you try to answer those questions in advance in your first email? Because that will make sure that they don't come back to you with those basic questions, and also the response is not delayed. And that is why when large corporations make communication about major changes, they include FAQ or frequently asked questions in those emails because they know their customers or recipients of that email will have a lot of questions, same questions, which can be answered in the first email itself. And we can learn from that. One final note, if your email has a lot of information, try to use structure by using points, subpoints, so that your recipients can follow that information easily. And that's it. By having a clear and concise subject, thinking from your audience's perspective, including details and description, you have taken care of what of an email. How did you find this video? Like it, share it with others so that they can benefit from this content. Subscribe to my channel to support it. And I will see you in another video of Grow with Girija. Till then, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep growing, because change is inevitable, but growth is optional.